Brings overseas, Israeli Defense Force officials confirm their troops are crossing into the Gaza Strip under the cover of darkness and artillery barrages this hour. This story breaking less than half an hour ago. Here's CNN's Paula Hancock, who's in the region.
Now, this is day 8 of this onslaught. There have been around about 500 airstrikes, and we now have confirmation from the Israeli military that they are inside Gaza.
Hancock says there has been an increase in shelling and Israeli airstrikes in the last few hours. She says Israeli troops and tanks on the border have been waiting for the past 3 days for the order to move in. Meanwhile, a Toronto area activist who is in the Gaza Strip in solidarity with the Palestinian people says life has become almost intolerable for many living there. Gaza was already under an Israeli blockade even before the airstrikes on Hamas targets in Gaza began 8 days ago. Ava Bartlett says now with the bombing there is a shortage of even basic supplies like cooking fuel.
Cooking gas prices had soared from anywhere from what used to be, I'm told, about 50 shekels, the equivalent of maybe $12 or $15, to 400 shekels, which is about $100. And that's way above the majority of people's budget here.
Palestinian-led movement committed to, she's with a Palestinian-led movement, rather, committed to resisting the Israeli occupation of Palestinian land using non-violent direct action methods. She arrived in the Gaza Strip in early November. Now, just coming in now, more details. Major Avital Leibovich with the IDF says they have just launched the second stage against Hamas infrastructure, that ground invasion. Here's a quick clip with Ms. Leibovich.
In the second stage, we have a few forces participating, such as infantry, engineering, artillery, all giving support by the Air Force and the Navy. The goal is to try and take over some of those launching areas that were responsible for the many launches, the thousands of launches, in fact, towards Israeli civilians.
Now, Leibovich says it's likely going to be a lengthy operation. Demonstrators are gathered on Parliament Hill this hour to protest that ongoing offensive against targets in the Gaza Strip. More than 500 people brave bitter cold to listen to angry speeches denouncing Israel and to call for an end to the offensive, which is now in its 8th day. Protests against Israel are also scheduled to take place today in Vancouver, Montreal, and Toronto. Vancouver demonstrations will begin just before 1 o'clock out front of the Vancouver Art Gallery. CKNW will have a reporter there.